So to describe Epica in 3 words will be bold, edgy, and very authentic. My name is Sharon Wendo, founder of Epica Jewellery, and welcome to this episode of Mitindo. I'm the founder of Epica Jewellery, so we are a jewelry brand and we make contemporary African pieces inspired by different African cultures. So back in 2016-2017, I did this accelerator program, got like life skill training, and after the training, I got an internship, 3-month internship to learn beading. So I learned how to do like the Maasai bells, just like the basic necklaces, but I was not in love with the process. I was still trying to figure out my life, and I wanted a job, as most of us aspire to get some stability. So after the internship, I got a job, and I was there for 3 months, and I resigned because I was like, this is not something I want to do. Because even during the work, I was really researching on beading, and I found it's very fascinating what people are doing with beading. And I decided to resign and start the brand, which was basically early 2018. I started Epica. Epica just means epic and African. It's bold, it's edgy, it's out there, and you're gonna stand out. That's essentially what Epica means. When I did like the internship and I learned beading, I was not in love with the process because it didn't speak to me. So when I started the brand, I had to find myself as an artist and find what I love in terms of beading. And when I started making body jewelry, that's when I knew like this is something I really want to delve into. So I really fell in love with design and the process of beading throughout the years. So usually when it comes to like starting a new product or a new collection, sometimes when I'm doing a collection, it's inspired by a specific culture or specific tribe, so I'll do a bit of research on that, and then I'll go to sketching. When I'm inspired by something, I always sketch. After sketching, that's when you start to do like the first product. We'll get everything is locally sourced, so every single material we have, we locally source from like shops in town or in like markets, and then we start making the first product. Usually sometimes it will not come exactly as the sketch, but we try as much as possible to like my vision to come to life as I had intended to when I started sketching. I'm very intentional when it comes to production and also consumption, because I feel like even when you talk about sustainability, ethical production is very important to me and for the brand. So everything is locally sourced because I feel like it's very important within the supply chain to like support our own people so that they can also support us. So every single material is locally sourced. I'm influenced by a lot of things, not one specific thing. I'm influenced by a lot of things. I'm very fascinated by cultures and like history, and also so I really try to delve, especially when I have a specific collection, I'll delve into like that specific tribe. It was like two collections ago, we had like a collection called the Science Collection. It was based on the Maasai tribe, and I went into the community. I was learning about the history of beading, the impact of beading, and it gives a lot of value when you understand somebody's culture. So I really try as much as possible to go into a bit of research before I do a collection, because I'm giving my own perspective on other people's tribes. So it's very important for me to like do it the right way. I'm always giving my own perspective, especially when I'm showing like different cultures, and I'm also trying to stay true to this story, because I believe it's important for us to stay true to our own stories. So I'm inspired by African cultures, but I'm also very inspired. I'm inspired by fashion, like where we are as a fashion. So I'm trying to merge those two worlds in every single thing that I do, and also still trying to stay authentic to the story and the values of the brand. We did a collaborative project with a swimwear designer and a stylist, and we really wanted to delve into, because I come from Nyanza, I really wanted to delve into like the Luo culture and the impact of like the Luo culture within fashion. So it was a really nice collaborative project with these two other women who are in this fashion scene, and I feel like that also helps growing the brand when you're collaborating with other creatives. And also we had the Sayan collection, which was like a really special project for us. We did like talking about the Maasai community. And then recently also had like our recent collection is called the Maua collection, and it was all about body positivity. And I feel like it's very important for us loving ourselves, loving our bodies where we are, because I think when you love yourself and you love where you are, you show up in spaces the right way. It was all about that, and showing how we've grown in terms of the beading skills. So we did like super huge like beaded dresses, just showing that in like a body positive way. Actually started doing collections. When I started the brand, I was never doing collection. We do a lot of one-off pieces. I really focused on one-off pieces. So we started doing collections like 3 years ago. I never really did collections. So I'm really working on just doing like one collection. Collaboration is at the heart of every single person who is in the creative industry. I think it's really important, and we work with a lot of, stylists, a lot of artists, and it really helps with credibility, especially when you work with like celebrities, because they already have like the audience, they already have the reach. So when you work with these people see you, and they see there's a lot of value in that. When the people see somebody they admire wearing your things, they are more inclined to come and buy your thing. We did a collaboration with IGC. IGC is a brand from Kampala. We did a collaboration late last year. We've also collaborated with Ohana Swimwear, Park Swell, that's also a Kenyan swimwear brand. We've worked with quite a number of stylists locally. We've worked with Brian Babu, we've worked with Omboy Dhimba, we've worked with Robin I, so quite a number of artists, of stylists, and also we've worked with celebrities, like the people who've worn our pieces. Like there's Yemi Alade has worn Kambua, there's Yvonne Okwara, like Anita Nderu. There's quite a number of people who have worn our pieces, and we are proud of like getting to that place of growth with people from the sector. In 2021, I had my first collection, and it was during London Fashion Week. So it was because during COVID, everything was digital. So I did my own film. It was under Fashion Scouts platform. So after I did like my first collection, my first official collection, I got featured in Vogue Italia and also Harper's Bazaar Italia, which is really good. I think it does help with like brand credibility. Also being featured in a lot more like magazines and also local newspapers, that's really helped us just like gain a bit more visibility, getting new people just to see the brand. So I think we've been afforded quite a number of opportunities in the field, and yeah, there's a lot of growth within us, and there's also more potential to grow even further. I will say there are a lot of challenges being in the space, and also because it's a small brand, it's a small team, I wear a lot of hats in the business, which you can overextend yourself, because you're doing like the financial records, you're doing the social media manager, you're doing the content, you're doing all these things as one person. You're being a business person and a creative person. It's a very hard balance. So that is a big challenge. You're always trying to balance that, and also because we are just digital, we are online exclusively, so there's a lot and the internet is changing every day. There's a lot to learn. You have to learn new things every single day for you to keep up in terms of digital marketing. So that's quite challenging. And I will say, I think with our products, it's all about, we are creating new things. Sometimes people have never seen it before. So when you're creating something new, you have to educate people on how to wear them, the importance of wearing beads. So there's also that challenge in terms of educating every single person who are coming across our brand to understand exactly what we're doing. Sometimes it can be challenging sourcing materials because the market is bringing what people are demanding. Sometimes I want a specific color. I had it last time and they don't have it this time. So you can't really do some products anymore because some bead colors are not available. But I'm still trying to just make it a locally sourced product. I don't want to start shipping things. because I believe that's really important to us. So yeah, it can be very challenging to source products locally, and also in terms of even quality, sometimes it's not as the best as we would want to, but we'll still keep it local. Because when it comes to the government, I feel like they should definitely do more. There's a lot more they could do when it comes to the creative industry. I don't think the support is as much as I will definitely want it to, because I feel like there's a lot of opportunity, not just locally but international, when it comes to trade shows, when it comes to all these things. And I feel like a lot of young people will find value in that, and if we had more support from the government, even in terms of like accessing markets, will be so much easier. It's very hard as an independent designer to say I'm going to do a trade show in like Europe, because it's very expensive. But when you have like a government coming in and like providing resources for you to do something like that, I think it would be very valuable. So I feel like we're still, I don't know, we're still growing. I feel like the government needs to learn more about the industry and needs to see how much money the industry is bringing into the market. So when you see like the dollar amount the fashion has, I feel like they will take it way more seriously than they are doing now. So I think there's still a lot more the government can do.